I was just saying, Liam Rossini, I was listening to an interview he did 2 months ago, saying that when he was a player, he felt at times he was hampered by certain tactics. And so he wants to instill with the younger players the chance for them to play with freedom and express themselves. So that's hopefully what he'll be doing at Chelsea.
Yes, yeah. I've loved as well when you've seen the clips of his team talks at Strasbourg and what he'd done last season, getting him into the Conference League. They're now top of that this season. And also still in the top 7 in Ligue 1. So he's doing a really good job there.
Let me ask you this, Gab. This director of football role, does it work?
The reason I don't think it works is that unless you have a situation like Aston Villa where the manager and the director of football are really close and they agree on transfers, otherwise it doesn't work because manager Maresca, Amorim, is always going to end up in tears when you don't agree players coming in.
What about Arsenal? Is Brazilian still there?
No,
Eddie went to Forest.
Yes.
So I suppose that it depends if there's a collaboration between the director of football and the manager that works, but it's all down to that relationship.
I think if you're a manager and your head's on the guillotine, whether you have success or not, you've got to pick and get rid of the bad eggs and pick the players you want.
It's difficult though, isn't it? Because as a manager, you probably say, you know what, I want him, I want him, I want him. If you've got the funds, give me it. But some of the big clubs now are like, no, we fancy that young player there, we fancy that young player there for the future. That's the problem you have.
Let's talk about Ole Gunnar Solskjær back at the wheel again. Alan, as a former Man United player, you might get the call next.
But I listened to Dan Fletcher last night, and I thought, well, at least he's got it to the end of the season. And then I'm reading this morning, or hearing this morning, Ollie's coming in. It looks like he's going to be in charge. You know, I wish they'd make their mind up.
Well, so Darren's going to do the Burnley game tonight, and then the FA Cup game, and then Ollie, who's the leading candidate at the moment. Then they'll bring in a caretaker, and then they'll bring in a permanent boss at the start of next season.
Katie, it's embarrassing. When I saw the news that Solskjær might be coming back, it's a laughing stock of a football club. The Manchester United fans were relieved when Ole Gunnar Solskjær got sacked. Okay, we got receipts. We were here. We were working when, it's not working now, you know. Don't need to lose his legendary status at the club. It's time to go. Everyone was excited when he was getting the sack at Manchester United. Was that 3 years ago? And now you're bringing him back. But
he got them to second, didn't he?
Yeah, but
in hindsight, he actually did pretty well.
Yeah, it's 2 top 3 finishes, wasn't it, in a row?
But do you know what they might be waiting on? After the World Cup, a Deschamps or someone, a big name to come in. I don't know.
Well, I just think when the manager you've had out...
After the end of the World Cup, someone said, that's me.
It's done. Yeah, I just think when you've left the club and all the fans were like, he's got to go. Even some of the ex-Manchester United players were like, Ollie's done his best and he's got to go now. To bring him back now, it's a laughing stock of a football club for me. To be
and then permanent managers, you potentially got the likes on the list. You've got Thomas Tuchel, who'd be managing England, but therefore if he came at Man United, he'd be late for pre-season. Same with Mauricio Pochettino, USA head coach, would then be late for
Just gives them time.
Enzo Maresca's obviously available now, and Oliver Glasner is another name that has been...
It gives them time, doesn't it? You know, they don't want to do anything now. The manager they want might not be available. Take your time, but I just don't think Ollie's the right guy. Yep. Henry, moving on to Manchester United. I know it's a bit of a shambles of a football club at the moment. There's talk of Ole Gunnar Solskjær coming in. I mean, for me, he done a decent job there. You know, led Manchester United to 2 top 3 finishes, Europa League final, 54% win rate compared to 31% of Amorim. So he done a good job. But do you remember, Henry, Manchester United fans were calling for him. They were relieved when he was sacked. And now you go forward a couple of seasons and he's going to get the job again. It seems a bit odd to me.